When I was a kid in 2003, 2004, the internet was a very different place for Dragon Ball Z fans. Everybody wanted a live-action Dragon Ball Z movie, and there were all types of fake websites that had fake castings. I remember Jackie Chan being cast as Goku, Leonardo DiCaprio in his younger days being cast as Trunks and being like, oh, that's awesome. Stone Cold Steve Austin being cast as Nappa, which I maintain is still a pretty good casting if they ever do it. There used to be all these fake leaked pictures from movie sets, and rumor had it that one day we would have a live-action Dragon Ball Z movie, which is when 2009 happened, and we got this.
Just an ordinary kid fulfilling his destiny to save the world. Meet Goku.
Nowadays, people don't like the idea of live-action anime adaptations. There has been failure after failure after failure, and the online consensus is typically unfavorable for these adaptations. Which really sucks, because I'm still in the camp of like 2003, where I would love to see a faithful adaptation of Dragon Ball Z. And I get that what happens in anime doesn't always translate into live action. Sometimes the adaptations can be a little bit too close to the source material, and sometimes they stray a little too far off.
And I'm the Avatar. I ran away, but I'm back now.
And then sometimes we have no idea what's going on. I remember distinctly when The Matrix Reloaded first hit screens, and it was the first time we saw like two people battling, like having these air battles in the sky, and being like, why don't they do this with Dragon Ball Z? Over time, CG has gotten better, and my generation of people that grew up watching Dragon Ball Z on Toonami, have turned out to be filmmakers and VFX artists. So over the past 6 years or so, we've had a lot of really good live-action Dragon Ball Z films, short films, and videos, and some that are not quite so good. And I thought it would be fun to check out some of the popular ones together as Dragon Ball Z fans, and maybe look at a couple that you may have not seen before. Like this copy of Dragon Ball: The Magic Begins, which was produced in 1991. Still a better adaptation than Dragon Ball Evolution. I think the most popular Dragon Ball Z adaptation first came out in 2015. It was the Light of Hope pilot. It's got something like 32 million views right now. Visually, like, it's super impressive. A lot of these adaptations use the History of Trunks storyline, I think for a couple reasons. History of Trunks doesn't feature a lot of characters. You have like Gohan and Trunks and then like the androids. And it's also sent around like this post-apocalyptic world. So because it's like its own little sub-story in the grand story of Dragon Ball Z, I think it attracts a lot of filmmakers to it. From a strictly like storytelling standpoint, I didn't like how they made the androids like actually just like really evil people, especially Android 17.
I'll do anything you want. I have money.
I'm immortal. What good would your money do me?
Even back in like the History of Trunks, I always just took them as being like just bored, super powerful people. Think of like a kid like playing with ants. Like the kid's not really evil, but he is killing ants. So the idea of him like playing with his food and like killing somebody with a gun to do that and like enjoying torturing people, I don't think that's ever really been like the androids thing. They just kill people just because.
We spent all that time rounding them up. If I kill them all at once, where's the fun in that?
Yes. Kamehameha. Super good special effects here too. Alright, Super Saiyan transformation, what we're all here for. In this little series, they actually do like paint the hair, or like, I don't think it's a dye, I think it's like one of those spray paint things to make it yellow. The hair is always the hardest part for any type of live action Dragon Ball Z. It's hard to do that convincingly without it also looking just like absolutely ridiculous. Robot Underdog ended up doing a follow-up, had to recast Gohan, and we haven't heard anything about any more of these episodes ever since. I really like the Light of Hope 2 and 3 that they squished together here. I think it's shot a lot better, and I think that they focused a little bit more on the pacing and the storytelling of it, so it seems a little bit more professional than the other one. For fans doing this, it's amazing. So everyone's like, well, if a bunch of fans can get together and make this look the way it does, what's the excuse for having a $30 million piece of crap budget garbage movie? Up next is Dragon Ball Z: The Fall of Men. This is my favorite live action adaptation. It's another one of those History of Trunks ones. It's just Trunks and Cell. I think in this world Cell was able to absorb Android 17 and 18, and Trunks is like the last one left. It's very simple and very beautifully shot, and the special effects are pretty dang good. So it starts off with Cell pretty much eradicating all the Z warriors. And it's pretty terrifying the way he just like takes them all out. There's so many great callbacks to like Dragon Ball in this as well. One complaint people had about this adaptation is that they made it so Cell doesn't have a voice. I don't know, I don't like the idea of them taking away his ability to speak, but they work with what they have, making him still seem like super menacing. It might have been like an animation thing, trying to animate him speaking and it looking good. I don't know why they didn't make him talk. The CG model of Cell looks amazing though, it looks really good. This is one where they did all the Super Saiyan hair in post. CG. It looks good. It looks good to me. I like the idea of it having like a glow. Man, it's so well done. I don't know if this is all CG or if they had him fighting somebody in like a motion capture suit and then just use the Cell model on top of it. I'm not sure. And guys, I'll be sure to link all this stuff down there so you can watch them yourself. Fall of Men is, in my opinion, the best fan-made, really, I think just the best adaptation of Dragon Ball Z to live action that I've ever seen. Just me. Just my opinion, guys. Did you really think I would talk about Dragon Ball Z without mentioning the Mega 64 Dragon Ball Z, sagas in 5 minutes? Honestly, these are hilarious and incredibly accurate to how the sagas go.
Goodbye, my son!
No!
Oh, actually, that Kamehameha looks pretty dang good. Okay, nice! This is an iconic moment in this series. I'm curious to see. I've never actually seen this collision here before. That's a really good way to shoot that, man. Wow. One of the cool things I like, this is kind of an innovative thing that they did that I would be okay with, was they made the scouter like a hologram. It kind of comes and goes. I think that's a really clever way to do that. I feel like these are the type of videos I made back in like 2010. Dude, these are always so fun. These are kids that are just having a good time. They learned how to like key out green screen and like black screen and stuff. And we're just having fun with them, with all the effects and stuff. That was fun. I'll give that one 10 out of 10. Well done. So this one was a web series that was supposed to happen about the Saiyan saga. They did like a trailer for it and everything. And it looked pretty good. Not as good as some of the other ones, but I don't know if anything ever happened with it or what.
They're here. Looks like they've been waiting for us.
Kid Gohan looks perfect. Oh my gosh. Oh, see, a little rough on the special effects there. I think this is one of their first like trailers that they did, because it got pretty dang good later. See how that's a little too campy for me. Okay, the one-on-one stuff looks pretty good. Does anybody know where I could get the final product of this? Like, I would love to watch all this, but I can't find it on YouTube. I think that they just sort of gave up. Oh, I recognize this already. All right, first time transforming into a Super Saiyan. Convince me that this can look good live action. Oh, cool, yeah.
In the darkness.
I thought that too, if you were gonna do it live action to show like the roots coming out.
I am true.
Not perfect at all, don't get me wrong. But for a couple of guys just having some fun, that's not bad. This is like a really good one that I just discovered. This entire short film is the Clash of Gohan and Cell and their Kamehameha mixed up, and they just show like a bunch of clips, like live action clips from the entire series of like what's flashing through Gohan's head if he does not beat Cell here. Super cool concept, a way to do like a whole lot, like a broad span of all of Dragon Ball Z and just like a short amount of time, and it be consistent with what's happening. Here's a great one. This is the best one you're ever gonna see. Check this one out, guys. All legends have a beginning. Yes, they sure do. The story we know, okay. They're reeling me in. Dragon Ball landing, okay. A little bit of fire, sweet. Okay, Goku's got the Dragon Ball, very awesome. Dragon Ball Z, the legend of Goku. That was mine. That was a short I did back in 2014, and it is trash. It's not on my channel, I'm not going to tell you where to find it. But even I dabbled into the live-action Dragon Ball Z stuff back in the day. It's so crazy, it's hard for me to watch that now because I was Goku. Oh gosh. I made sure not to really show my face, but you can clearly see me there. Oh, God, that's terrible. And I'll leave you with that on my live-action Dragon Ball Z adaptation. Let me know what your favorite one is. If there's any that I skipped or missed or just didn't make it into the final edit, make sure to leave me a comment below letting me know what you think. As always, guys, I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Take care.